This is very quite tedious and very boring. I'm not gonna lie. Just loading up shelves can be very boring, but at the same time, it's a very important task, you know? Like, if we don't have these shelves loaded up, we're not gonna be able to get the other shelves loaded up, and our workers won't be able to get their shelves loaded up, and then we'll end up with a bunch of customers who can't buy anything, not because we don't have the supply, but because simply we haven't done a good job at stock, like, of, having it out there for them to get. So it's really a good idea to have this stuff set up properly, so that way we can do the so we can do everything the correct way. The thing is that I do, as mundane as this might be, truth be told, if we had done this like this in the beginning, because we didn't know what we were doing in the beginning, if we had known how to set up this store in like this in the beginning,
In the beginning.
it wouldn't be this bad. We're only having to redo it because we were literally just kind of winging it because we didn't know how to play. So I will say that one of the things this game is good at is learning to appreciate the importance of the mundane, you know? Like, as simple as this and boring as this simple task looks, this is going to be crucial in making sure that our store doesn't just fall apart. And so, as unfun as that may be, per se, I do find this to be very lesson worthy, honestly. Like, there is a lesson to be had here about the importance of the mundane. And so, yes, learning to appreciate the moment can be something that a lot of people actually really struggle with. Um, and this kind of does require you to be in the moment. One thing that I've noticed is that, well, something that's not just I've noticed, it's definitely happening, is a lot of people have been saying that time is passing so quickly. There are people that are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's already April. Where's all the time going? Time is moving so slow for me. And I'm not complaining. Like, realistically, I don't want time to go fast, right? Time is like our most valuable resource, right? Okay, time is worth diamonds, or worth more than diamonds, because diamonds, you can't buy back your time, you know? So that's what makes it so valuable. And so for me, I've been doing some mental health exercises to really practice living in the moment. Time is now moving so much slower for me, but it's not like in a bad way. It's not like, oh, time is so slow. I'm just in the moment, like all the time. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it is nice. I appreciate it. I feel like some people wouldn't appreciate it, but I appreciate it. And I enjoy that my time feels like so much. You know, you guys feel like you're in, like, some people say that they feel like it should be I've heard people say that they think it should be like January or February right now. It almost feels like past July. All right. When at the beginning of this month, I thought I was like, "Oh, is it July?" No, it's not July. Um so my perspective on time has drastically changed because I've been doing these exercises. Time is slower at work, and when I'm off work, it's like 5 times faster. You know, a lot of people say that. For me, it's the same. It is the exact same amount of time. Not like it's the same, like it's 5 times faster outside of work. I mean, it is, my perception of time does not change based off if I'm working or not. And so that's why I said doing this mundane, I will say, does have its downsides. Like, this is kind of painful. For you guys, this might be technically, I think I've only been doing this for like 5 minutes. I feel like I've been doing this for an hour at this point. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. It feels more like a half hour, but I've only been streaming for a half hour. So there's no way I've just been stocking these shelves for a half hour. I've done so many other tasks too. Very nice, very nice. And this pile just won't go down. So it does have its downsides. Like I said, it feels like it never ends at times. But at the same time, do you really want it to end? And that's why I was talking about the appreciation of the mundane. Do you really want that time to end? Um, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard the phrase, don't wish your life away. But if you think about it, when you're just like, when you're not taking the time to appreciate the small stuff, and you're saying, oh, I just want this to end already. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I want it to end. But when you start wishing for that to happen, you're literally wishing your life away. Although this isn't the fun parts of your life, everyone wants to get to the fun parts. But the truth is that most of life isn't the fun parts. So you're literally wishing your life away. And plus, like I said, how I'm appreciating this moment, you know? I am appreciating this moment for what it is. And honestly, talking with you guys, that's also something I appreciate. This might feel like forever, and it might sound crazy, but like I do appreciate talking with you guys. There's that, you know, human accompaniment. It's an amazing thing. And so even though this moment feels like forever, because this is such a, a very meaningless task, I take appreciation in what this task achieves from a utilitarian perspective, but I also have the appreciation of this feels like I'm spending more time with you guys. So it's also got that element of the humanitarian perspective. And so being able to think about both in this kind of, being able to take the time to think about both at the same time is actually a very good tool for thinking more positively. So not only is time moving slower for me, I'm enjoying myself, even if it's something most people wouldn't. Now, is this the time of my life? No, I think there's other games. I have a lot more fun playing chess than I do stocking shelves. I'm going to tell you that right now. But what is wishing my life away going to actually achieve? It's going to be me rushing to the next well, what you're really asking for is the next dopamine hit, right? I'm going to be, if you really start thinking about it, if you really want to get into the science of it, we got into the philosophy a bit. Let's get into the science because, I have a psychology degree, so let's get into the science for a second. All right. That is almost an addiction at that point. You're looking for that next hit, Um, you're looking for that next hit of excitement rather than just appreciating the moment. And what happens is you can absolutely get addicted to pretty much anything. A really big issue that I see a lot of people getting addicted to, but like no one's acknowledging, is addiction to convenience. It is so bad. There are so many people who are getting addicted to convenience and they don't even realize it. And it is so sad to see. It really is. I have had. Yamai, I'm so happy to see you. How are you doing? I was talking about addiction. Did you become wise or am I going crazy? So see, I kind of always, like, I've always kind of had these thoughts.